Fala rapaziada, estamos aqui então para reagir aí uma entrevista que o José Lobo, né, dirigente de futebol do Flamengo, em português, né, deu ali para uma TV gringa. Então a gente vai analisar aqui, dar uma olhadinha, fazer a reação dessa entrevista que ele deu ali para essa TV gringa, beleza? Esse vídeo que a gente está reagindo aqui é do canal Futebol Brasileiro, que posta aí alguns cortes da entrevista, então vou deixar o link deles aí na descrição, se vocês quiserem olhar na íntegra lá no canal deles, deixar o like lá também, e a gente vai analisar aqui para ver aí então o que o José Lobo acabou falando, né?
Let's take a deep dive into the Brazilian giant Flamengo. In football matter
side is to put us in challenge with the European clubs.
I was being a little bit generous when he was saying South American football, because specifically it's Brazilian football that has been making waves in this tournament. How
I'm very happy with him, and I'm no doubt in the next years he will be one of the biggest coaches in the world.
Me quiero matar, Adriano.
E aí pessoal, aqui a gente vai acompanhar, né, uma entrevista que o José Boto, diretor esportivo do Flamengo, que é português, deu para uma TV gringa antes das oitavas do Mundial de Clubes e deste esperado Flamengo versus Bayern de Munique. Vamos conferir.
Let's take a deep dive into the Brazilian giant Flamengo. In football mad Brasil, there isn't a bigger club than Flamengo, with more than 45 million fans and one of the biggest social media presences in the world. The red and black have won 8 Brazilian league titles and 3 Copa Libertadores championships. Most recently in 2022, the Rio de Janeiro-based club shares the Maracanã with Fluminense, and their Flu-Fla derby is one of the most storied rivalries in South American football. Brazilian legends, past and present, have worn the has been putting on a display at the Club World Cup after that draw with LAFC. They wiped the floor with Chelsea and beat Esperance of Tunis to make it into the next. And we're going to bring in now José Boto, the sporting director of Flamengo now. He's had an incredible resume working in Portugal with Benfica and Sporting. He signed players like Ángel Di Maria, David Luiz, Jan Oblak, Victor Lindelof. He was sporting director at Shakhtar Donetsk in Ukraine, PAOK in Greece, and Osijek in Croatia. So without further ado, the man with the plan, José Boto, welcome into Morning Footy. How you doing?
Hi, good morning.
José, talk to me a little bit about your experience. How has the United States been?
Yeah, it's a nice experience to be in this first World Cup with this format. Is an experience who everyone wants to live, and we are living in the best way, and we are now waiting for the new challenge we have in front.
Yeah, incredible for Flamengo. I don't know if defying the odds is the right way of explaining it. Perhaps for our audience that might not know too much about Flamengo, can you explain the expectations for this club going into this World Cup, and how massive the club is, and what everybody really wants to see them, the fans see them deliver?
To the people who don't know, Flamengo is the biggest club in Brazil. We have around 45-50 million fans. It's an amazing club, and the club, the people lives the club with a passion who is not used to see in any other club, not even in Brazil, Europe, whatever. And to give you an example, when we come to the United States, from our training center to the airport, we have thousands and thousands of fans, and the bus to arrive in airport take almost 2 hours because the fans don't let the bus go, and that is something amazing I never saw in any part of the world. Then we have that responsibility to represent this kind of fans who are so passionate for the club. And our expectations, the real expectations from our side, the sportive side, is to put us in challenge with the European clubs to see our level. And until now, we are very happy with the performance of the team.
Jose, the support has been strong from South American clubs from start to where we are right now. What does it say about how South American football has been viewing the FIFA Club World Cup coming into this summer?
For us, for the South American people, for the South American supporters, the World Cup is something very, very important. Even in the old format, when I was playing in the end of the year and only with 4 clubs or 8 clubs, was very, very important. And now with this format, with like a World Cup with 30 clubs, is most important, and they put a lot of attention in this tournament, and you see our games normally are full, and our fans they are in the presence, massive presence here in the United States. Then for us this is a very important competition.
Jose, I think Michael was being a little bit generous when he was saying South American football, because specifically it's Brazilian football that has been making waves in this tournament. How come you think Brazilian football is so far beyond the rest of the competition in South America? You look at the last, 5-6 Copa Libertadores winners, it's all been Brazilian clubs.
Well, it's true. I think in South America, Brazil in this moment leads from all other countries. Brazil historical have been always the best players in the world, and now the clubs, they have more financial power to keep some of that players, and also to bring players from other countries from South America, and not only South America, to the teams, and that makes some difference to the other clubs of South America. And the proof is, from all countries who are here in the World Cup, Brazil is the only country who all clubs, the 4 clubs we have here, pass to the next stage of the competition. And that proves, in South America, Brazil is far the country who have the best football, the best clubs. And
aí é pros argentinos, aí, os nossos hermanos, ficarem com invejinha, né?
Now is a very good moment to see how we are with the European teams.
So you've been in your position for about 6 months, and one of the first big decisions you make was to keep your current manager, Filipe Luis, who we're both really high on, and it's paid off. What makes him such a special and promising young manager?
Yeah, it's impressive, the career of him, but more than the career, his capacity, his knowledge, his wish to every day improve himself, and that is a mark of the big managers. And him, I don't have any doubts, it will not be the first time I say that, and not the last time. For me, in the next 2 years, he will be one of the biggest managers in the world.
Isso é bem uma realidade. Eu vi hoje uma entrevista falando disso, que o Filipe Luis já não é mais uma aposta, ele é uma realidade como técnico. Então ele é um dos melhores que a gente tem aqui no futebol brasileiro. A imprensa já começa a comentar isso aos pouquinhos aí, mas já começa a comentar.
What specifically impresses you most about him tactically, for example, because there is a crisis in Brazilian football management? You look at the likes of Palmeiras, they've gone to Portugal with Abel Ferreira, but you took a very big decision to keep your faith in a young, relatively unproven manager.
Yeah, it's true. One of the things also Brazil improved a lot was bringing foreigner coaches, especially from Portugal, who tactical make the Brazil growing, the Brazilian clubs growing in terms of tactical things. But Filipe have this capacity, this knowledge of what is the modern football. He have a way of playing, a style of playing very well. He don't change his way of playing for nothing, and that is also a characteristic of the big managers. He's very well prepared. He's a workaholic. I like a lot that. He's very well prepared. He's a workaholic. I like a lot that. And he has this knowledge of European managers, and that's why I keep him, and I'm very happy with him, and I'm no doubts in the next years he will be one of the biggest coaches in the world.
So you have such a unique experience of scouting, transferring players, being a scout, being a sporting director, both in Europe and now in Brazil. How is your technique, your vision, and your implementation of all that changed and evolved with Flamengo?
I'm a different kind of sporting director. I was also coach. Then I understand very well the fears, the problems, the doubts of the coaches. I'm always very close to the coaches to support them. And for me, the strategy is the same in all other clubs who I passed, is to have a very identified model of game, to bring players who fit that model, and then support that model. Don't matter the results. You know, it's not because we're one bad result or two bad results we put in doubt all what we prepare and what we believe is the best to the team. And that is my way to work. And it's more easy when you have a model of game very well defined to bring the players who fit that model. And very important to understand the coach and understand his way of playing.
Jose, very simple question. How are you feeling right before this Bayern game?
I'm very confident. At the same time, I know it's a big challenge. It's a big challenge, like was to play against Chelsea, because we are talking about the best clubs in the world. Bayern is a giant. But I know this team, I know these players, I know they like this kind of challenge. And we are confident, not with any arrogance or nothing, but we are confident and we are waiting for the game, because is in these moments we prove ourselves to see where we are in the world of football in this moment.
Então assim, rapaziada, é isso aí que ele falou, mano. Pezinho no chão, sem levantar o ego. O Bayern também tá vindo aí com os pezinhos no chão, né? Que sabe do potencial do Flamengo. E o Flamengo sabe o potencial do Bayern, né? Que é uma das melhores equipes aí que tá vindo nesse Mundial também. Então vai ser um jogão, hein? Vai ser um jogão, esperamos aí. Eu tô confiante, não sendo flamenguista, mas confiante que o Flamengo consegue passar. Se passar, bem forte para ser campeão. Do outro lado, o Botafogo também, eu acho que vem mais forte que o Palmeiras, mas tudo pode acontecer, né? Do lado brasileiro. Mas eu acho que o Flamengo é um dos principais aí, se passar pelo Bayern de Munique, se conseguir, né? Esperamos que consiga. Bem forte para ser campeão aí desse primeiro Mundial. E isso seria para acabar com o mundo, né, cara? Os europeus vão ficar com a cara no chão e vão elogiar muito, mais do que já estão elogiando. Então agora vocês viram na entrevista ali eles falando, e vão começar a elogiar cada vez mais os nossos times brasileiros, a nossa liga brasileira, e isso é muito bom, vai trazer investimentos, e eu vejo dessa maneira, investimento sempre vai ser bom, e vamos pra cima, né, cara? Vamos ver o que vai acontecer aí nas próximas partidas dessa Copa do Mundo aí. Então, se você gostou, já deixa o like aí, se inscreve no canal se você ainda não é inscrito, compartilha o vídeo, ajuda a gente a crescer, deixe seu comentário, deixe a sua opinião sobre a entrevista, sobre o que está acontecendo nessa Copa do Mundo, beleza? A gente se vê na próxima.